We'll start Thursday on the mound.
Well, let me just tell you that there could be 2 games.
Okay.
So if there's 2 games, then we don't know what order we don't know what order yet, but I'm thinking that you will probably see Ledbetter and Nolan, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. If there's 2. If there's 1, it could just be Connor. It kind of depends on maybe who they're throwing. We'll see.
So I guess if you're basically not counting on playing Friday, because I think you said Connor on Friday.
Yeah, I would say right now what you're looking at, and I don't know if I mentioned in there, but definitely playing Thursday, possibly 2. We'll make that decision. Probably just let this forecast develop a little bit, and then we'll play. If we don't play Friday and we can't play Saturday, then we'll play Sunday. But if we play a doubleheader, we're not going to play a doubleheader on Sunday. Both coaches, we have 2 games middle of the week. We've got conference. That'd be too much. They feel the same way. So we could play 4. We could only play 3.
Do you like the idea of playing 4 just for the pitching standpoint because you got so many young arms?
Yeah, I like the idea of playing 4 a lot. We're the ones who kind of were looking for games. They were looking for games, and didn't want to play a doubleheader. How about Thursday through Sunday? We suggest they were like, yeah, we'll do it. Some teams do that, and to get some guys some time on the mound or have a start. But I'm not about playing 4 if we got to squeeze them all to the end of the weekend when you got two midweeks and then Kentucky coming in. Just too much stress on our bullpen.
Is there a curfew for Sunday?
This Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that we'll definitely. That's one reason because they need to get back, and honestly, I'm not sure how they're getting here. If they're busing or if they're flying, but there will definitely be a curfew. If they're busing, it'll be because they need to get back. It's going to take a long time. Obviously, flying's obvious.
You've moved guys around a lot. Are you starting to get a better feel for what your concrete or?
Yeah, I mean, if Jay Sporfin continues just to be a tough out, it's not all about getting hits all the time. It's about, looking good doing it. I mean, just hit the ball hard, swinging at strikes, getting into counts. And I'm starting to see that from him because that's what we saw all fall. He could, solidify himself back in the outfield. Center field is, Gregory had been really good until the other day at the plate. He still got on base a couple of times. Braden Webb is probably our best defensive outfielder. He's been injured. So, Slavens need to be in the lineup. There's still some questions. Obviously, the catching is there. The infield's there. The rotation's there as of now. And we just maybe the DH spot and outfield spot, they're all kind of intertwined there.
With Webb, has it been the lack of hits or has it been the injury that's kept him out of the lineup more?
A little bit of both, honestly. Beginning of the season, just the injury, and then Gregory had played really well, and then he kind of tweaked it again and kind of told him he's just going to be, even though you're thinking how can a guy be a defensive replacement, he's that good an outfielder even when he's going 80%. And he might have to battle that thing all spring. So we said, let's just see what we got.
How much is that affecting him at the plate, or if any?
I don't know. It could be affecting him a lot. I don't see that from him the way he's acting or talking. I just think he's fouling pitches off. And you're lucky if you get one good pitch in a bat to hit. When you hit it, you need to, or get it, you need to square it up. And that's been the difference. He's got power. He can hit the ball out from foul pole to foul pole. He's got as much opposite field power as he's got as much as Wallace. He does it all the time in batting practice. We're like, wow, it's hard to do that. We need him to take it to the game and be healthy.
You mentioned that you're looking for things at the back of the bullpen. You brought Tiger in the other day, kind of in a closing role. Are you looking at him there, and who are some of the others that you think?
Yeah, 100%. We knew his stuff was really good. He only got to pitch one time in the fall for us, and his arm was bothering him. Got it right, trying to build him up, but his stuff in preseason, January, early February was really good. Breaking ball was really good too. We didn't see that the other day. We saw a fastball. But if he could have spun a couple of those breaking balls in there, he'd have had him off balance a little bit. But yeah, I have confidence in him because, well, kind of what you saw the other day, he didn't really get rattled. His first 2 college pitches, he's got runner at first and third, nobody out. He got out of it. And, so that was really good to see. And obviously, Nick Griffin's a guy that his stuff's really good. It was really good for 1 inning, and then he lost his command in the 9th down in Texas, and we didn't get to use him this weekend. So those are the 2 guys that jump out at me, really.
With Stovall, like Benintendi struggled his first year. Is there a lot of those guys that are so hyped just really had trouble as a freshman?
Yeah, and you could, Benintendi struggled right out of the blocks. You look at what Caden Wallace did last year too. He really struggled, and he's talked to Stovall, and we all have. We mentioned guys in the past that got off to slow starts and ended up being pretty good. So I think it's more of I'm trying too hard and I'm going out of my game a little bit, because he's gone out of the strike zone more, and I think he started 8 games out of 10 than he did all fall by double. I mean, he never went out of the zone, and he would take a backwards K over swinging at a ball in the fall. So we got to get him back to more of that mentality.
Is the current plan with leadoff to still have Gregory, or have you thought about, are you going to switch it up a little bit, or?
Yeah, it's the plan is to put Stovall back there, and just have him get on base. He doesn't have to get 3 hits a game. He just needs to take a walk, maybe single. He's got power. I mean, he hit a ball the other day where we thought it was a good sacrifice fly, and he hit it over the center field wall. We're like, wow. I mean, it's in there. He's getting out front. He's hitting the ball at the end of the bat, and that's being anxious. That's diving. That's going and getting the ball, and he'll get through it.
You mentioned Bracken's dealing with something. What was that injury?
Yeah, it's more of a growing injury, and it's not a good injury, or it's a little bit of an issue for a pitcher, obviously, because you're trying to land or you're trying to push, and so we're gonna probably put him on the shelf for 10 days, 2 weeks, see how it goes.
We can see what Turner's doing as far as hitting and throwing runners out and whatnot. As far as some of the things that you were so high on Opens about last year, being able to call his pitches, being a leader in the clubhouse, where do you see Michael in that area?
I think Michael's done a really nice job of calling pitches, and obviously he's got the headset on where we can radio in something, or a lot of times we're just talking to him about, hey, you're doing a great job, whatever you feel like on this pitch, or if it's a real tough situation, we're going to call it, or if we have a real feel we really need to get this guy off, we got to make sure. We don't think he's going to call a fastball here, but this guy's all over it. We got to call something else. And sometimes you'd rather walk a guy than give up a double, so. But I think he's done a good job. He's done a good job of blocking. When the pitchers have given him an opportunity to throw out a runner, he's pretty much done it.
All right, good. Appreciate the time.
All right.
Is Leach break